Hey, Crash.
Hi, welcome to MaxSpeedTV for the Maximum Speed Racing Nationwide Series, Season 2. Make sure to join us over on Facebook. You get all the most updated information on MaxSpeedTV and Maximum Speed Racing. Don't forget to join, don't forget to check out Michael Angelo's painting in the Phoenix, Arizona area for all your house painting needs. Please give them a call at 480-510-5388. Looking at the points for the Maximum Speed Racing Nationwide Series so far this season, we have Thomas Lee as the points leader with Dustin Lee right behind him, 3 points back. Christopher Perryman is running third, and Ed Hewitt is running fourth. Rounding out the top 5, Andrew Williams is 25 points back. It's been a great season so far here in the Nationwide Series. Travis Townsend taking the season opener with Thomas Brandner winning at the Rockingham race last week. This week we're at Atlanta with 100 laps here tonight for Maximum Speed Racing. Next week, be sure to join us at New Hampshire at 7:30 p.m. Eastern every Thursday. Don't forget to check out MaxSpeedTV Racing for other league broadcasts such as Dirty South Racing, Old Farts Sim Racing, and don't forget to check out the other leagues from Maximum Speed Racing, including the Truck Series, which runs every Tuesday night, Gen 6 on Wednesdays, and of course the Nationwide Series here on Thursday nights. Joining me in the booth for the first time, Matt Burkhart. Welcome, Matt. I know you've been watching practice. What's going on out there?
Just want to thank everybody here at MaxSpeed TV for letting me jump in the booth with you guys. Out here at practice at Atlanta, this turn 4 is going to be getting fits, Mike. They're just, some of them get loose and running over each other. It's going to be an interesting race to watch here. Seeing them go through that turn 4. Connor Anton's done pretty good speed here, it looks like. And actually, Stuart Redmond has the fastest time here today in practice with a 29.259. He's done a little over 51 laps in practice though, so, and that fastest lap came on his 34th lap. As we go through the field here, it looks like the 00 car of race. His fastest lap came on lap 7 with a 30.099. It looks like they're gonna have to do a little more work on that machine.
Yeah, I was just looking at the lap counts for some of these drivers, and it looks like we had a few of them out there trying fuel runs. Teddy Wisniewski did 73 laps out there during practice, the longest. Kevin O'Brien, 64. right behind him. And then Stuart Redmond, 52 laps, and he ended up with the fastest time. So we're headed into qualifying now, and the drivers are getting ready to put in their 2 laps, uh, single car qualifying, and put up the best of 2 laps.
Yeah, Mike, I just want to thank you guys again for bringing me into the booth. I'm excited to call the race next to you here. I think it's going to be a good one here in Atlanta. This track is fast and it's slick, and those walls jump out at you pretty damn quick.
Let's take a look at our track today. The Atlanta Motor Speedway is 1.54 miles in length. Our weather is clear skies, 65 degrees Fahrenheit, with no winds. So with those kind of temperatures, how are these tires going to behave?
Now, Mike, I think they're going to be really tight right off the get-go, and then they're going to go way loose once they get about 3 to 4 laps up underneath of them, and they're really going to have to be up on the wheel, especially in that turn 4. You know, I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. That turn 4 is treacherous, and it's always been treacherous throughout the years here in Atlanta.
Yeah, I tell you what, we're starting to get some qualifying times coming in, and so far Thomas Lee is our provisional pole sitter with a 29.38. And just a few cars have taken time so far. Sometimes these guys want to be the last car out so they can see what other people are running, see what times are up there. Looking, with special interest tonight at the 24 of Thomas Brandner in that DuPont Chevy. He ran really well last night in the Gen 6 race, in fact, winning that. And Travis Townsend also runs very well, and he ran well last night. So be looking for those two, as well as a host of others that are really going to be factors here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see Thomas Lee sitting up there with Connor Anton right behind him. Those both those guys were bad fast in practice.
Right, so be looking for those two, as well as Stuart Redmond, who was fastest in practice. Really going to be sitting there here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not surprised to see Thomas Lee sitting up there with Connor Anton right behind him. Those both those guys were bad.
Be looking for those two, as well as Stuart Redmond, who was fastest in practice. Really going to be sitting there here tonight.
Out there in the track, I like to take it easy on that first one and just really knock her out on that second one. I don't know if these guys are taking their first time or taking that second lap and trying to post up another time.
Well, minute and a half left here in qualifying, and only 14 cars have taken time. There's quite a few other drivers in the race, so I think a lot of these guys are not going to put up a time. It is a long race today with 100 laps, so qualifying doesn't mean much. It is important for the pit road selection, though.
Yeah, the pit road selection is very important here. But I see, I don't know if we'll have many green flag pit stops, but if you have a green flag pit stop, getting on that pit road coming off of 4, that is a real tricky thing to do. I don't know how many laps you ran around Atlanta here, Mike, but I've done 100 plus laps around here in a race, and it just taxes you mentally, especially if you don't have a setup that really likes that track.
Yeah, and it's real tough getting on pit road if you're one of those last pit stalls at the entrance of pit road, because you got to slow down even more than you normally would to get down and get stopped for your tires and fuel there. Thomas Lee continues to be our provisional pole sitter, 29.386. Just a little bit above Connor Anton in the 79 with a 29.411. And qualifying is wrapped up. Travis Townsend ends up third with his lap, 29.412. Stuart Redmond, 29.452. 78 is the fourth. And then top 5 is Thomas Brandner and the 29.458. Boy, that's a mouthful with those numbers. But I tell you what, all those top 5 are within this very small amount of time, well within a tenth. So they're very close, and drivers are starting to pull out on and get on the track for gridding.
Yeah, looks
Going
like
through the grid, here we go. Thomas Lee in the Ream Chevy 33, starting on our pole. Connor Anton in the second spot. Travis Townsend in the third spot. Stuart Redmond in the 78 DuPont Chevy. Thomas Brandner runs fifth in another DuPont Chevy. Christopher Perryman in the 41. David Shutt will be starting seventh. Mark Robertson in that lime green Canada machine will start eighth. Teddy Wisniewski, the 44, will start ninth. Mike Vining will start in the 19 in that Cummins Ford Mustang. Ed Hewitt in that Napa 30 will start 11th. Tom Serrato in the Monster Energy Chevy Impala will be starting 12th. Brandon H. Thomas in the Tax Slayer 7 car Chevy Impala 13th. 14th, Jared Ackey in that 69 police car is what it looks like. Edward Smith in the 25 car. Robert Craze in the 00. Ned Jarrett Salute car. We've seen that out here last week. That's the last qualifier in 16th. Dustin Lee will be starting 17th, and he did not qualify. Ryan Ray in the 012 NOS Energy Drink. He'll be starting 21st. And Kevin O'Brien in that Red Bull 84 will be starting 24th. Chuck Scala in that 15 Western Auto will be starting 26th. And that is it.
Yeah, Mike, we got the number 7 car of Brandon Thomas and the number 30 car of Ed Hewitt have to drop to the end of the line, it looks like. Must have been an engine change or something.
All right, well, very good, Matt. They're doubling up and getting ready for the green flag here. Thomas Lee is our pole sitter. He'll be bringing them down. These 100 laps, they're going to want to take care of their tires here and not overheat them here in the first couple laps. So let's hope everyone takes it easy. Really neat to see those double DuPont cars in the second row with old school and new school paint job. They're green. Side by side, Tommy Lee brings them down into one. 2x2 all the way back. Everyone's going to want to get to the bottom here. Tommy Lee goes in there, goes up a little high. And the 79, and Connor Ant looks down low, drives it in there. And now Connor Anton is your leader in that low Chevy. Brander's trying to follow along, but he falls back in line there behind Thomas Lee, now running in second, Ream Chevy.
On that restart, my guys watching the back of the pack. We had 3 wide coming off the turn 2 there. That was a scary moment for everybody.
That's good they got it sorted out. We have a fight up here for third place amongst the 2 DuPont cars. And also the 42 and David Shutt following along there, looking for an opening.
Number 51 of Thomas Lee. Oh, it looks like number 46 just got up in the wall a little bit.
Still green, folks. Up front, we still have Connor Anton is leading the way. Thomas Lee in the 33 right behind him. In third, Travis Townsend. Pardon me. In third, I'm getting the DuPont cars mixed up. Surprise, surprise. But 1, 2, 3 are lined up, spreading out a little bit. We do have a battle here for fourth. David Shutt taking a look under Thomas Brander. Looks like he's got the position.
Man, I'd like to take a look at Dustin Lee's car cam right here, see what he sees up front there. That's a madhouse up in front of him.
Now be careful, there's two leads in here. There's a Dustin and a Thomas.
Yeah, Dustin Lee.
And back up front again. We've got the top four lined up here. Making a little bit of ground away from fifth place. Pretty much single file going back. Looks like there is a battle back here for 10th place. 51 of Dustin Lee and 83 of Travis Townsend. Travis Townsend gets the position, and the 0-1-2 of Brian Ray is trying to follow through. He's got a nose in under Dustin Lee there, almost a nose, but Dustin Lee holds the position. Slides up and gets the wall. Dustin Lee slapped the wall coming out of fourth. That gives Brian Ray the position.
You gotta watch that turn four wall that comes up quick. It'll bite you every time.
Meanwhile, up here in 10th, watching Travis Townsend come up through the field. He's on the inside of the 40 of Mark Robertson. The 41 of Chris Perryman pushes up in the corner, and Travis Townsend gets his nose in there. Don't see any pushing in that 83 car at all. Looking up front again at our leader, Connor Anton in the Lowe's Chevy Impala is your leader. Stuart Redmond second in that DuPont Chevy.
I just listened in on the 51 radio there, Thomas, Dustin Lee, sorry. And he wasn't too happy about that pass he got put on him.
Yeah, early in the race, so 100 laps, we're on lap 10 of 100, so yeah, you've got to keep your head and keep your cool out there. We do have a race up here with David Shutt making his way to the front. He got his nose inside of Stuart Redmond. Thomas Bradner is going to follow through in the 24. Then Connor Anton continues to extend the lead out front while they fight here for second place.
Yeah, Mike, words of my favorite driver ever, Darrell Waltrip. We got to have some competition here. Oh, and he almost got loose down there at the bottom.
It would be something if the two DuPont cars got together, but it sure looks like they almost did there. You can tell the tires are starting to come off a little bit. These cars are sliding around a little bit. Looks like Connor Anton continues to extend his lead, one car length at a time.
Yeah, looks like Connor's got his cars on rails. He's just out there sticking at every turn, and he's pulling away from the competition. It's good to watch.
And the DuPont cars keep switching back and forth, and now they're getting aggressive. 24 pulls it down to the bottom under the 42 of David Shutt. The 78 was looking under there, but the 24 got there first.
Oh, they almost look like they touched right there going through the trial, Mike.
Boy, that was close, you know, and there's a lot of pressure coming from behind. I see Thomas Lee, the Ream Chevy, he slips coming off of 2 there. He was coming, as well as the Great Clips 44 machine. Teddy was, he's coming up through here too. Now it's 6th place. And there's Travis Townsend right behind him. We've seen him come up through here too.
Yeah, I think Travis has a pretty good setup underneath him. I was watching him in practice. It looks like he can hold the bottom. That's where I think you need to hold it on this track.
And both Travis Townsend, Teddy get around the DuPont Chevy there of Stuart Redmond. Stuart continues to slide back.
Yeah, Wisniewski looked like he got a little loose coming off that corner, coming off turn 2 there a little bit.
Behind them, Thomas Lee continues to recover from him getting loose off of 2 there. Looks like he's starting to catch back up with this group. Back up front, Connor Anton has lost the lead. Travis Brandner is now our new leader. I think he got a little loose there. And the 42 of David Shutt follows along and is in 2nd. Move Connor back to 3rd. And, you know, momentum, I'm sure, means something. Thomas Brandner won last night, ran a great race, and here he is up front. No surprise. Told you we'd have to take a close eye on that car for sure. But his competition is coming. Travis Townsend moves into the 4th place, gets around Teddy Wisniewski, and he's coming. He's looking up now, got his sight set on 3rd place, Connor Anton.
Yeah, Mike, I was watching Connor. Whenever he lost that lead, he got way loose going into turn 3 and just lost all that momentum that you was talking about.
Well, the tires are certainly worn. We're on lap 19 now at 100. I know these guys are starting to think about, man, it'd be nice if we got some tires. At least that's what I usually think of when I race here in Atlanta after 20 laps. It can get slick.
Oh, after 20 laps here in Atlanta, I'm thinking, please be a caution, please be a caution. I hope I'm not in it.
Well, we continue to see Travis Townsend moving up through the field here. He's made up that 6 or 7 car lengths that he was behind on Connor Anton, and now he's right there behind him, looking for 3rd place.
Yeah, I think he's saved his tires. I think he's just waiting for his to pounce. I would expect him to be in the lead here pretty soon.
We've seen some cars moving through the field here in the last few laps, but nobody is as fast as Travis as he gets his nose inside of Connor. And Connor, you know, fights him hard on the outside there, but Travis has got the preferred position on the inside.
Yeah, this is shaping up to be true Atlanta racing right here. You know, attrition over aggressiveness every time. Save your tires, move up through the field. We'll start seeing the covers and millers right here.
Looks like Stuart Redmond tapped the wall coming out of 2 there, giving up the spot, or at least the inside there, to the 41 of Christopher Perryman. And it looks like Perryman's going to go ahead and get by the 78 of Stuart Redmond. That DuPont Chevy. Meanwhile, up front, Thomas Brander continues to lead David Shutt. And then right behind him, Travis Townsend. Is he content to ride now that he's got him in his sights, or is he going to try to get up to the front?
You know, I think Townsend, he's a smart racer. I've ran with him before. He's very smart. He'll outsmart you every time that you let him. Just Don't let him get in your head, run your race, and that's what he's doing. He's not racing you, he's racing the track. I think he'll be having a chill here.
Well, we'll have to see how this shakes out. We're on lap 24 now of 100. We do have a race for fourth there, side by side. Connor Anton continues to slip by and gives it up the position to Teddy, as well as Thomas Lee in that 33 Ream Chevy. We're going to have another lead change here soon, I think. Travis Townsend is on the inside. David Shutt got the preferred position there. Shutt's holding him down tight, and he's clear.
Man, if I was Brandner, I'd be scared right now. Be driving in my mirror, or just let him by. I think I'd let him by.
Well, we saw Brandner make an aggressive move earlier with Stuart Redmond to hold the position, and it worked out for him. But here's Travis Townsend. He's got his nose on the inside, and there's nothing Thomas Brandner can do about it. He's on the inside, and that's the preferred position going through 1 and 2 here. So we'll have to see. Yes, we have a new leader. Travis Townsend in that Under Armour Chevy Impala.
Oh, look at Brandner trying to make a power move on the outside in that DuPont Chevy, but he's going to have Davis Strutt on the inside. I don't think he's going to be able to hold second place coming off to the trial.
Boy, that Nitro Circus live Ford Mustang out there, David Shutt sure looks good on the bottom in this dirty air. But Travis Brandner gives it up the second position, falls back into line, and is now looking on the inside, starting to look on the inside of David Shutt there. But David, his car looks really good today, holding it down. Caution is out.
Yeah, we got a caution for the 012 on the backstretch there.
The 012 of Ryan Ray and that NOS Energy blue 102 Chevy Impala has some issues here.
Yeah, Mike, it looks like he just comes into the turn, coming off the turn. He just loses, trying to overcorrect, hits the inside wall. That car is tore up. The picker's going to have to take a while to fix that one.
Yeah, I just run out of real estate, you know, and lots of times these drivers say, man, if those safer barrier wasn't there, I'd have that extra foot and I wouldn't have wrecked, you know.
I don't know
tough break.
how many tracks I've went to and told everybody, hit the wall coming off of turn 2 or turn 4 and tell them, I'm just trying to make it wider.
And here's everybody down on pit road. Travis Townsend brings them down. I'm sure everyone will be taking 4 tires and 2 cans of fuel here. We're on lap 28 of 100. Thomas Lee has got the first pit stall there. And everybody is on taking 4 tires, it looks like. Travis Townsend beats him off pit road. Then Thomas Lee. Yeah, I do believe they have 1 or 2 quick fixes. So Brian Ray should be still on the lead lap and okay. Yep, sure enough, his car looks okay. So a good break for Brian Ray, but for everybody to come down and get 4 tires and fuel.
Mike, I'm really surprised after watching that practice. We went that many laps without a yellow flag. I applaud these drivers for just taking that car that I know is driving loose and it's hard to drive and just keeping her safe and racing hard.
Well, let's try to get a word under caution here with Travis Townsend in the 83. Travis Townsend, Mike Ellis in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, Mike, I got you.
Hey Travis, we've been watching you come up through the field there. It seems like you've got the award so far for passing the most cars. How hard do you have to drive to get up through there?
To tell you the truth, the secret to getting around here, I think, especially on a long run like how we just had there, is backing the corners up. You got to really try to save the tires here. This is a rough track, and this setup tends to get a little bit loose. So you got to back up those corners. Make sure you're hitting that apex right, especially getting off turn 2, and then get that drive off the corners there to pass them down the straightaways.
Well, the car sure looks good out there. Thomas Brander is obviously really strong today. You think you got anything for him?
Yeah, he definitely got up to the front. That draft makes it easy. It's just going to be interesting to see here on the start, see if I can get away from him. I don't know if that draft will keep him up with me or not, but should be interesting. We'll see what happens now with some clean air, see what we can do with it.
All right, well, good luck out there. Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. You heard from our leader, Travis Townsend, under caution. Guess it's one thing to get to the front, and it's another to stay up there. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it kind of messes with your head whenever you are up there in the lead and trying to get the lead. It really messes with your mind has to flip a switch a little bit.
All right there. Well, they're doubled up, getting ready to go back under green. Pace car lights are out. We have Travis Townsend in the 83 as our leader. Thomas Lee second. Brandner third. Shutt fourth. Perryman fifth. Wisniewski sixth. Anton seventh. Robertson eighth. Stuart Redmond ninth. Dustin Lee is up to 10th. We have 20 cars on the lead lap. And pull those belts down tight. And here we go, getting ready. Matt, you want to call this green flag?
Yeah, we're getting ready to come to the stripe here. It looks like the pace car's getting ready to pull off. The pace car's now off the track here. And we're getting ready. And it's green, boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go race it, boys.
Boy, the 41 a little slow getting off there. Stacked up, but it looks like they're okay.
Yeah, we got Thomas Brander just pushing number 83 off the turn there. Travis Townsend.
Yeah, they're lined up for second place there, 2 by 2, fighting to get on the bottom. Thomas Brander clears Thomas Lee, gets up to second. That's okay with Lee. He wants to fall in line there and get to the bottom, and he runs third.
Looking back here to Pat Conrad's got some fresh tires, but he's going to have some pressure there from number 40 car Mark Robinson.
Yeah, it looks like Mark was coming there, almost looking to make it 3 wide.
Yeah, I think Connor's seen that and shut the door on it. Connor's going to try to get to number 41 car here, Christopher Perryman. What the heck is he running for a paint job there?
Well, crumpled newspaper. Oh, we got a spin. The 44, Teddy Wisniewski, has gone around. Looks like he keeps it off the wall. And caution is out. Yeah, just checking the replay on the 44. Teddy Wisniewski, he gets in there, and it looks like the 78 of Stuart Redmond helps him around. Coming out of 2 there, he's able to lock it down and not hit the inside wall or the outside wall. No damage. Probably just needs new tires.
That's pretty fortunate for him.
just looking again at the contact, it's very incidental there. 78 to Stuart Redmond, just trying to keep his momentum up. But that Great Clips car is just kind of struggling a little bit, it looks like, and they make contact, and he goes around.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's a long race. You have to give and take a little bit here.
So with that, the tower is going to hand out an end-of-line penalty to Stuart Redmond in the 78 DuPont Chevy. Looks like Teddy Wisniewski has taken his car behind the wall. Just checking on the leaders and pit stops here. With a few cars on pit lane. '15 of Dustin Lee, the NOS Energy car, 012, Brian Ray, Ed Hewitt in that Napa car. 7 of Brandon Thomas comes off of pit road.
Yeah, I'm just trying to listen to the in-car radio here for the number 78 of Stuart Redmond, see what you're going to do with it.
Yeah, folks, they do have a standing deal in this. If a caution comes out and you're determined to be the root cause, you'll get an end-of-line penalty for the next restart. So that's been given by the tower, and we're getting ready to come to 2 to go, it looks like, till green.
Yeah, we got 2 to go. Was there many takers on pit road, Mike?
Just a few cars from the back there. So that leaves 19 cars on the lead lap. Teddy Wisniewski in the 44 is behind the wall after that caution. It looks like Connor Anton is having technical issues. And has brought his car behind the wall. Stuart Redmond, after being put to the end of line, has been disqualified by the tower. Not sure what's going on there, but we'll see if we can find out and keep you guys informed.
Mike, I just got word from the tower that Stuart Redmond has been DQ'd from the race.
Well, there you go. So here we go. We're coming up to double up here. Interesting news out of NASCAR this week. They've decided to change the qualifying procedures in the top 3 national series, where they're going to run Formula One style, shootout style qualifying as a group. Really excited about that news.
Yeah, I kind of like the knockout style, Mike. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's not like it's going to be a shootout race. They're going to let them go off pit road in that first segment, 10 or 5 seconds between each other. They're going to run a couple laps parking up pit road, and we'll see who has the fastest time after that. And then we'll have other rounds, depending on the track, 1.5 miles or below it. Above 1.5 miles, it'll be 3 rounds. Below that, it'll be 2 rounds. I really like it. I think it'll be more interesting watching qualifying.
Yes, and my interest is how soon can we get it in iRacing? Because, boy, I'd love to see it over here. You know, we run these leagues to try to simulate NASCAR. You know, we do what the NASCAR guys do. And, you know, if they do it that way, let's do it that way. So I'm anxious to see when iRacing will embrace this new format. I hope they do. I think everyone in the service would like it. It would be interesting. Instead of warm-ups and all that, we have these, you know, 3 qualifying sessions. It would be cool. So anyway, here we go. We're doubled up. Pace car pulls off. Travis Townsend brings them down, and it's green. Brandner fights back on the outside in that 24.
Another late start by Mark Robinson.
Travis Townsend is our leader. He gets clear. Thomas Lee is running second. He's got the preferred position on the bottom. Mark Robinson looking down there and causes something. We got a couple cars spun. And we have a caution. We're going to take a look at the replay here. They were all bottled up there, and Mark Robertson got a huge run under the 69 of Jared Ackey, but didn't touch him. They actually wrecked in front of him.
The caution actually started with Christian Grayson.
Yeah, it looks like him and David Shutt get together there going into 3. Door slam each other.
Yeah, Thomas Brandner was on the outside, and the number 42 car of David Shutt decided to try to make it 3 wide there and got into the middle of Christopher Perriman, which Perriman really never gave him any room, and that sent Shuttman around.
It almost, looking at it again, it almost looks like Shutt didn't realize he was down there. He was trying to follow Thomas Lee down to the bottom and didn't realize that Perryman was already inside of him. Sure looks like that to me, but we are under caution again. The 46 of Tom Serrato got in that. Heavily damaged in the aftermath of that. Kevin O'Brien in the 84 as well was caught up in that.
Oh, man, Kevin from Down Under, I hate that for him. Kevin O'Brien's a good dude. I don't know if you've ever raced with him on the sim, but that's the best guy you'll ever race with.
Looks like we have 8 drivers that stayed out. Everyone else pitted. The 00 of Robert Craze, Dustin Lee in the 51, Mike Vining, and everyone else behind them came down pit road and got tires and fuel. Lap 41 of 100. Thanks for joining us on MaxSpeedTV. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and our website at MaxSpeedTV.com. Don't forget to visit Michelangelo's Painting for all your painting needs in the Phoenix area. Please call 480-510-5388. Don't forget, next week we'll be at New Hampshire. Please join us at Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Should be a great race. Be the 4th one out of 12 for this season. Don't forget, MaxSpeedTV also covers other leagues such as Dirty South Racing and Old Fart Sim Racing. Still under caution here. Three cautions with 4 lead changes so far. I was just looking at top 8 up front did not pit. Everyone else did. We got 16 cars on the lead lap. Kevin O'Brien is showing 1 lap down in the 84. He's still on pit road getting his repairs done. His front end is tore up pretty good. Looks like Brandon Thomas is back on pit road, as well as the 19 of Mike Vining. 46 of Tom Serrato is also on pit road. Lots of last-minute stops here. We are doubled up with 1 to go. Coming to take lap 44 of 100. Thanks for joining us on MaxSpeedTV. 15 cars on the lead lap as of the scoring right now. Tom Serrato actually lost a lap as well, sitting on pit road getting repairs. A tough break for Tom. We got the Travis Townsend in the 83, bringing him down. Thomas Lee on the outside. Thomas Brander running third. And Jared Ackey up to fourth for the first time tonight in the top 5. Mark Robertson starting 5th, and we're green. Thomas Lee keeps station in 2nd place alongside Travis Townsend. But that bottom is the place to be. You can see how he pulls out a gap there in the middle of the corner. Brander practically pushes him off a 2 there, bringing Brander up to 2nd. Thomas Lee stuck on the outside. They all get in line now. 83 is our leader. We got a wreck. It was Brian Ray.
Wow.
Looks like David Shutt in the 42 got into it with Brian Ray in the 012 NOS Energy car, going into 1. Taking a look at the replay here. It looks like he just comes down a little bit on David Shutt there. It doesn't look like David Shutt went up. And they touched just barely, but that's right in the middle of the corner, and it sure sent him spinning there.
Yeah, that just looked like fighting for the same piece of real estate. Looked like he's clear, but it wasn't. That's too bad.
Yeah, tough break for Robert Craze as well. He got caught up into that and ran into it after the fact, and he's smoking real hard. And Robert Craze and that 00 Ned Jarrett special brings it down to pit road for repair.
Looks like our leader's going to hit pit road and probably everybody behind him if they're smart. Thomas Brander comes in there, Thomas Lee, Jared Ake, and Mark Robinson.
Looks like Mike Vining stays out in the 19.
Sorry, Jared Ake.
Looks like the 7 car stays out of Brandon Thomas as well. I think they just pitted under that last caution just a lap or so ago, so no surprise there. The 15 of Chuck Scala is also staying out, so we're going to have some new leaders. Looks like the 012 of Brian Ray is stopped down there in turn 2. And it looks like he's stuck.
We had quite the race off pit road there. I don't know who's going to get to first place.
Well, the tower is going to need to take a look at the 012. Looks like he took it behind the wall. So David Shutt will get the end of line penalty from the tower for causing that caution. Brian Ray in the 012 gets caught up in that and takes it behind the wall.
I'm looking at Christopher Perryman here to see if he only took 2 tires.
The 7 and the 19 pitted after not pitting the first time by. Chuck Scala stayed out. We're checking on Christopher Perryman now.
Christopher Perryman did only take 2 tires and I believe he beat Travis Townsend out of the pit road.
Boy, it sure looks like it. So Perryman on 2, and it looks like everyone behind him on 4. 13 cars on the lead lap.
That's a pretty big gamble in this nationwide car here, Mike. I know we're all waiting for the NT5 to come out for my racing. This NT4, 2 tires really don't work out with 4 tires behind you.
Well, certainly not at this track. And the other thing is, we're not even halfway, folks. We're on lap 48, taking 49 of 100. So, yeah. It is important to stay in front of these wrecks, though, so track position is king. I mean, Robert Craze in that 00 is a perfect example. He got caught up into that wreck with the... And he had nothing to do with it, and he really had nowhere to go, and got into it.
Yeah, Mike, I've been really surprised here tonight. I mean, I came in and watched the practice and see them all get loose in turn 4. Really haven't seen that too much tonight. I mean, they was getting loose and spinning it out on turn 4. Really haven't seen it. I applaud these drivers for overcoming that and just kind of working it out of their sets for their driving style.
So Chuck Scala, affectionately known as Papa Scala to some of us, is our new leader in that Western Auto Parts Chevy. And I believe he stayed out with no tires, so this should be an interesting start. Will Chuck try to hold his line? Will he pull down low and let these guys by?
I don't know about you, Mike, but I really love that paint job on that 15 car. And Western Auto just brings that so many memories watching Darrell Waltrip out there.
Boy, it sure does. And I also run some Darrell Waltrip paint myself. So, yeah, I'm really keen to that paint job as well. Looks good, Chuck. Good luck out there on no tires. So here we come. We're doubled up. Pace car's about to pull off. Pace car's off, and Chuck brings them down. And we're green. He's a little slow getting off. It looks like Chris Perryman is pulling the lead from the outside line. Travis Towner all boxed up behind Chuck Scala.
Man, that's a major checkup on that bottom line. I have to think it's just no tires.
It has to be, because for the first time today, the outside line works. And we have a new leader, Christopher Perryman. Thomas Brander follows it through as Chuck Scala finally goes up high and lets these guys go.
Yeah, Travis Townsend was all over Papa there. He just knew he had to get to Townsend.
Looks like Ed Hewitt hit the wall there trying to avoid Scala just a little bit going into one. Mark Robertson almost makes it through Hewitt there, fighting for 7th place. As Scala continues his slide back from the lead. Ed Hewitt gets by, Mark Robertson gets by.
And Ed Hewitt cut him off, and then he come down there and cut off the 40 car.
Boy, and it's tough when they're, that much faster than you, just to get out of the way. And Dustin Lee is around. Looks like he just barely touched the inside wall. Caution is out.
Oh, David Shutter is coming right in. That's 51 of Dustin Lee.
David Shutt trying to get back up to the top 5. Coming off a 2, tries to get a nose. He looks like he's got his nose under the 51, just barely.
Yeah, he came from the middle line, trying to get away from Chuck Scala, and then got up underneath the 51, and it just went bad from there.
Well, it looks like Dustin Lee did not hit the wall. No damage on that car. Probably some flat spots on the tires. He can get 4 tires. He'll be good to go. David Shutt is given the end-of-line penalty by the tower for causing the caution. Looks like the leaders stay out. David Shutt's on pit road. Dustin Lee is pitting. Ed Hewitt is down on pit road after hitting the wall.
Yeah, I think I'd take both those cars to pit road. Get some 4 fresh tires and bang it out a little bit. Maybe a drink of water. Go back out there and race again.
Well, at this point in the race, they're probably out of resets. They're probably going to need to get their damage fixed if they have damage. And with 13 cars on the lead lap, if you're, say, 10th or back, you really don't lose much by pit.
Mike, I've been listening to Race Control, and these guys run a top-notch show. I've been around a lot of leagues here lately that just let it all hang out, but this league really ties it down and runs a top-notch show.
Oh, it's definitely no-nonsense league. As you can see, we've already had a disqualification tonight. We're not really sure why that happened, but yeah, no-nonsense league. When you have a bunch of good drivers like this, yeah, you got to run a tight ship. Ed Hewitt, he does a great job on this league. So does Rudy Cummings.
Man, I was touring the infield this afternoon and seeing that MaxSpeedTV truck back there. I tell you, I do not want to go there. It looks scary.
Yeah, Donald King is up in the tower tonight, running the race control. So he's part of the league personnel over there. We've had Don King up in the booth for our first event this season at Daytona. Thomas Brandner won that race. So running first and second, Brandner and Townsend happen to be the winners of our first 2 races this season. And now they're running 1-2 here at Atlanta. Thanks for joining us on MaxSpeedTV. We're on lap 55 of 100. Let's see if we can get a word with Dustin Lee, who was involved in that.
From
Dustin Lee, Mike Ellis up in the booth. You got me?
at that draft, he's gonna lose it. I still think he's really pushing hard to get up there. Yeah, man.
Hey, Dustin, we've been watching you there, and you got spun around there on that on this caution. It didn't hit anything. Is the car okay?
Yeah, I think so. It was a heck of a spin there. It was a long one. I thought it was gonna not end at all.
Well, it seems like you got barely kept it off the inside wall. You think you can get back up there to the top 5 again?
I hope so. Track's really loose tonight, so I'm just kind of hanging on at the moment.
Yeah, it seems like after about 10 laps, the tires start getting a little bit slick, huh?
Yeah, definitely. Everybody's doing a great job out here tonight, keeping it straight. That's for sure.
All right, well, thanks for talking to us during the race. Good luck out there.
Hey, thank you.
And there you have it, folks. What other sport in the world can you talk to the competitors during the event? But racing, just love it.
I've been liking the show that we've been seeing here tonight, Mike. It's good. It really hasn't been too dirty, but it's been racing. I mean, it's just been racing accidents that we've seen.
Yeah, it's a lot of clean racing, hard racing. So we are doubled up here. Pace car lights are off.
This restart's going to be the best restart of the race right here.
Well, I mean, we very well could go green, so let's see how this shakes out. Thomas Brandner is going to bring him down.
You
His
got
car's
Brand-
off. Green flag. Can Townsend do something on the outside? Jared Ackey in the third is looking really strong. It looks like Townsend held that outside longer than most, but he's going to have to give the position. Thomas Brander's got it. Jared Ackey's looking low. Brander gives him room and comes up. Ackey's got a fender in there. And he slips a little bit. Thomas Brander is our leader. Travis Townsend continues to fight for that lead on the outside. Side by side for the lead. They're 3 wide almost behind them. The 69 gets into Thomas Brander. The 40 spins, trying to avoid it. Shutt hits the apron and avoids it. We're still green.
Wow,
that
that
was
was a
amazing.
lot of action right there.
Looking at the replay on Mark Robertson, what a save. David Shutt gets into his door and he spins it completely sideways, somehow spins the car back right again and keeps going.
Oh man, the 40 took quite the ride.
Back up front, Travis Townsend has got a big lead, 0.8 seconds now, over Thomas Lee, who's fighting for second with Jared Ackey in the 69 police car. And we have caution.
Hey, I was gonna say, I think the flagman took a break there, but they threw the caution out already.
What brought the caution out? Still looking to see who caused that caution. Looks like Kevin O'Brien is going to be our lucky dog recipient. I hear the 41 was involved.
Yeah, I think the 25 came down on him here, Mike.
Looking at the replay, 3 wide with Ed Hewitt in the 25. 25 comes down on him a little bit. 25 hard in the wall. Chris Perryman into the wall as well. Yellow flag is out. Got a bunch of cars pitting. 41's in the pits. 40, 7, 51, 24, 30, 15. I guess the question is who stayed out. Looks like the top 6.
Yeah, and that caution looked like Edward was checking up for Scala, and they just split him and shoved it 3 wide, and he was trying to hold it, but had nowhere to go.
There was a lot of action there within just like a couple laps. It was crazy.
I think the full moons came out here early, Mike.
So Edward Smith in the 25 will go to the end of line with a penalty from the tower. We're bringing out that caution. That leaves Thomas Lee as our leader, Jared Ackey in second, Mike Vining in third, David Shutt in fourth. As our wave around comes by, Travis Townsend in fifth. Thomas Brander, who really lucked out on some of that stuff that went on there, is running sixth. Dustin Lee seventh. Brandon Thomas running eighth. Mark Robertson in ninth. And Chuck Scala in 10th. We'll go ahead and finish out the lead lap cars. Edward Smith is on pit road in 11th. Ed Hewitt is also on pit road with damage in 12th. And Chris Perryman is bringing it down pit road again. Last car on the lead lap in 13th. Kevin O'Brien is shown 5 laps down and was our lucky dog. Just came from 6 laps down, and everyone else is behind the wall.
Been quite the race here, Mike. I want to know what Travis Townsend is doing back here in 5th place.
Well, it looks like he escaped injury. There's a lot of stuff going on there. But I expect he'll be up front here pretty soon.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Travis has the setup for this track. I think he was just cautious and got back here. But then you got the number 24 of Thomas Brandner back there on the outside of him. Going to restart here. It's going to be a heck of a race down to the bottom.
Yeah, lap 63 of 100. We certainly have enough fuel to make it from here, do we?
Oh, I think so. If you run a smart race, I think you have enough fuel. Yeah, I think you have plenty of enough fuel.
Yeah, it's about tires, but let's see. Cautions breed cautions. We're doubled up. Bringing it down the backstretch here.
But let's not forget about Dustin Lee back there in the 51 car. He's hungry. He's been through it all tonight.
Well, we talked to Dustin Lee there on the previous caution, and he indicated he could get back up there. So we'll have to see. As you can tell, competition is stiff. We got a lot of great drivers out here.
Yeah, you kind of throw the book out the door.
Pace car's off. 33, Ream Chevy brings him down. Thomas Lee. And we're green. Jared Ackey slow on the outside. And David Shunt makes it 3 wide. Brander tries to get in there too, but Ackey closes the door. Lee is our leader. Mike Vining up to second. Travis Townsend fighting down to the bottom. Now we're fighting for second. David Shutt with him or underneath Mike Vining.
Yeah, Mike Vining thought better of that. Just decided to go up. Thomas Lee and the 83 car of Travis Townsend now.
And you see Thomas Lee kind of go a little high there. Trying to get in that line, Travis Townsend. And the 24 and Mark Robertson connect back here coming out of 2, but it looks like they're okay.
David Shutt's trying to count something on here of the 83 of Mike Townsend. Travis Townsend, sorry.
Well, it's time to go while they're getting good, while these tires are still fresh, because once they wear off, it's hard to pass.
I think Travis is just trying to buy his time here, working on the 33 of Thomas Lee, trying to get in his head a little bit.
Well, he's right behind him, just like a quarter car length back, just looking for his spot. But holding that patience too.
Oh, and David Shutt's going to try to, I thought he was going to try to make a run on the inside of him.
Well, he drove it in there, didn't he?
Travis Townsend shut the door. He gets right up on the bottom bumper of Thomas Lee.
Well, you know what? Maybe Travis Townsend saving fuel. Just riding back there.
Yeah, I think Travis is just trying to play a head game with Thomas up here. Hey, you know I can catch it and pass it.
I was just looking back at 7th place. Brandon Thomas is having a couple struggles, it looks like, with Mark Robertson trying to get around. Dustin Lee's right there, too. They were almost 3 wide a minute ago. But fighting all the way through the pack. Edward Smith is now showing a lap down in that 25 car. That leaves 10 cars on the lead lap. No change up front. Thomas Lee continues to be our leader. Travis Townsend running second in that Under Armour Chevy.
Yeah, it looked like Travis got a little tight up there off of turn 4. I think he's just backing it off a little bit more so he can get a good run.
Jared Ackey was real high up there in the position. They're starting to spread out. Let's do a through the field. Let's start out with our leader, Thomas Lee, and that Ream Chevy. Hasn't led the most laps yet, but is starting to reel in Travis Townsend, who's running second. Currently has led the most laps. Travis Townsend gets inside of Thomas Lee for the lead. And we have a fight for the lead here, and David Shutt's going to follow through on the bottom. Nothing Thomas Lee can do. Thomas Lee goes from first to third. But, you know, he's one of those sly foxes that he could be just saving his tires for later. So never count out Thomas Lee. Starting to get some separation, continuing our through the field. David Shutt in second, running at the Pastrana colors. Nitro Circus Live, looking really good out there, David Shutt tonight. Keeping pace really with Townsend and Lee and Brander. These guys run up front all the time. Nice to see Shutt up there running with them. In the fourth place, Mike Vining in that Cummins Ford Mustang. Nice run for him. Quite a ways back from there is fifth place, Thomas Brander. We know Thomas wants to be up there closer to the front, and I'm sure he's driving his guts out.
And we got Jared down here in the sixth place. He's getting a look on the inside by the number 4 car, Martin Robinson, but he shuts the door. And you know, these guys back here have been racing all the time. Racing each other. He's going to the inside now. Mark is on. He's about gotten it here, I think.
Well, actually, once you get inside, it's yours. Unless you make some huge mistake, yeah, usually you get the position. But Ackey fights on the outside there in that police car.
Ackey's going to fall in behind him. Then we get Brandon Thomas. He's ran a pretty clean race. He's been back there. And Dustin Lee, I'm surprised he's in 9th place right now, but he's had a lot of bad luck in this race. And I expect him to get up in the top 5 before the end of this race. And then we got Papa Chuck Scarlett. He's back there, number 15, Darrell Waltrip Western Auto Chevrolet. I think he might have something for him if he can get some tires on that car. I don't know if he's got tires yet.
Well, I know Chuck would be happy to finish the race on the lead lap. He is on the lead lap, running top 10. Nice top 10 going. Congrats to him. I hope he can get some more spots here. But back up front, we do have a race for the lead. David Shutt is inside on Travis Townsend. Mike Vining is looking to follow through there. Mike is just waiting. Where do I go? Inside or out? And Shutt kind of, I don't think Shutt slowed down, but maybe Townsend picked up. But boy, that outside is working for Townsend. He is our leader.
I think Shutt got worried about the car on the inside of him there on the apron and just let out the gas a little bit, but Townsend went back to the lead.
So David Shutt thinks twice about shoving it in there. They line back up. Travis Townsend is our leader in that Under Armour car.
There's still a little more than 20 laps left in this race. I think that's a good move. If Shutt thinks he has a car, that's a good move.
Looks like Mike Vining gets a little loose there coming off 4. Thomas Lee had to check up a little to not run into him. And David Shutt's going for the lead. Great racing side by side. I am so impressed that Townsend is holding the outside on Shutt on the inside here.
Townsend's not going to give up. He gets a little bobble on the turn, but he's not going to give up.
And we haven't seen the outside work very much well today, so this is the first we've seen it's been able to hold a position. And they're within a foot, folks. That's allowed, the side-by-sides allowed Mike Vining and Thomas Lee to catch up, and now they're side-by-side for second. We're 2 by 2 for the lead.
Yeah, Thomas Lee made a power move right there going through into 3. Just gets around the 19 car of Mike Vining.
And I'm sure Shutt's eating up his tires here. He's got to make this happen. He's got to finish the pass. These guys are driving their guts out. I tell you what, they are up on the wheel. This is the race for the win, I'm sure.
Look at Townsend just wiggling up there on top, and it looked like Shutt just got loose on the bottom and gave Townsend the lead.
Townsend brings it down, and they're in line again.
I'm pretty sure Thomas Lee had something to say about that. Oh, man, Shutt just closes out the door. No window there, buddy.
I tell you what, the speeds have picked up. This race has picked up. The pitch of it has. These top 4 have made a huge gap on the rest of the field now because they've lined up racing so hard. Looks like Shutt's loose.
Lee's going to take it. Lee's going to take it right here through the tri-oval. Lee's got him on the inside. Shutt is going to go.
And they touch. They touch. Shutt
oh, my
saves it.
goodness.
And slides back to 4th. I think Shutt overheated his tires running there with Townsend.
He had to. But now, does Lee have anything for Townsend?
Well, never, like I said, don't count out Thomas Lee. He's right there. He's within a car length. 16 laps to go.
Oh, Lee gained a lot in that turn on Townsend. Townsend has to be looking at his rearview mirror, wondering where Thomas Lee is going to go.
I'm sure Townsend's wondering where Brander went, but he's running back here in 6th, quite a ways back with that other pack of cars. The race is going to be amongst these 4 cars if we stay green. David Shutt's trying to stay with the top 3 here. Starting to lose just a little ground. I think Thomas Lee can have a run here with Mike Vining's help. If they can both get on the inside, they might be able to get the position.
I think Mike Vining is just thinking he's in the catbird seat. He's going to sit back here, watch the show for a few laps, and then pounce on these boys.
You see Lee kind of ducking in and out there, showing Townsend his car in the mirror there, trying to put a little pressure on.
Vining went down bottom of the apron, hit the apron a little bit, had check up, but he was just trying to show Lee a little bit, hey, I'm here too.
And Thomas Lee is right on the bumper of Travis Townsend.
Shutt is battling back though. This guy has overcame everything this race, and he's battling back. He's right on the bumper of Vining.
Made up the car length that he had fallen back, and is back in there. Got the draft. As these top 4 continue to pull away from the rest of the pack. Let's take a quick look at the rest of the pack. Starting in 5th place, Thomas Brander leading the pack here. Mark Robertson pushing Brander, and Brander gets off the track just a little, pushes up into the wall, taps it, somehow saves the car. Dustin Lee is right there too. Now he's looking on the inside. No wonder these guys are so far back. They're racing hard amongst themselves.
Yeah, Mike, like I said at the beginning, attrition over racing ability. You can have attrition for a 100-lap race and know when to race and know when to just ride.
Well, up front, they're still in the line. We're not missing anything here as we watch the battle for fifth. As Thomas Brander brings down Dustin Lee, Mark Robertson fighting on the outside in that lime green 40. Brandon H. Thomas is right there in that 7, Tax Slayer as well. Jared Ackey and Chuck Scala following right behind. They're starting to get lined up. Mark Robertson falls in line here. They'll be in line. Maybe they can catch up to these leaders. Looking back up front again at the top 4, it looks like we got a little gap, 0.2 seconds, between our leader in second place, Townsend and Lee.
Yeah, Townsend's pulled away, but Brander's trying to make his way on the inside there. Oh, Shutt gets in the... Oh, my goodness.
Oh, we have caution. Shutt, Rex, with Mike Vining running third and fourth. And, oh, my Lord, 24 of Thomas Brander's caught up in it. Looking at the replay, Shutt is driving it in there under Mike Vining, and he comes up into Vining, and they hit, go into the wall, and just can't keep it off each other. Both of them hard into the wall as the rest of the field is coming. Brander has nowhere to go, gets collected. Tough break for him. He's had a horrible day.
Tough break for everybody there. I mean, he just ran out of room and they came together. That's racing here in Atlanta coming off of 4. And the booth just called it good hard racing. And that's what it was. I agree with that.
Yeah, it looks like David Shutt is taking it behind the wall.
That's sad. I mean, there was dang good racing up here at front. The top 4 were racing pretty good. And just
well, it's not over yet. We will be going back to green. It looks like we have 7, coming to 7 to go. Watching pit road, just have a couple damaged cars down there on pit road. And now some other cars towards the back of the field have come down pit road.
I just hate it for Shutt and Dane. Those guys ran a clash race all race long. And that come down to that. Just racing room.
Looks like a bunch of them are on pit road. They're coming off. So it looks like staying at Brandon H. Thomas in the 7. The 19 of Mike Vining. We have a lap car in 84 Kevin O'Brien. Then Dustin Lee. Wait a minute, I got it wrong. Yeah, the 19 just hasn't pitted yet, so he's pulled down pit road. So we're on 2 to go now. Brandon H. Thomas in the 7, TaxSlayer.com. Chevy Impala is scored as our race leader.
And Mike, I just got word for pit road that Travis Townsend did slide through his pit stop there.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out, is why is he back in 5th, but that would explain it.
Yeah, he slid through his pit stall. I do have a word from pit road. He slid through his pit stall, had to back up.
So that leaves Brandon Thomas as our leader. Dustin Lee is second. Mark Robertson up to third. I think that's the first time in the top 5 for him. Thomas Lee in fourth. So he went from second to fourth. Travis Townsend fifth, went from first to fifth. Mike Vining is shown in sixth, but on pit road. Jared Ackey will actually be sixth in the police car, and then Chuck Papascala in the Parts America car, last car on the lead lap. So 8 cars on the lead lap, 6 laps to go. So this is going to be an interesting restart, Matt. Travis Townsend is going to be starting 5th on the bottom. Will he be able to get up there in time?
You know, I think Travis will have a good chance to get back up there. I'm not going to say he's going to be up there, but I think he will have a good chance at it because he has 4 fresh tires. I'm sure he figured out his fuel load of how his car reacts empty and full, and he made it just perfect for this restart. There's not many laps. I think he can get it done.
Well, you know, Brandon Thomas did not pit, and we've seen how that worked out for Chuck Scala before. He sank like a rock. Are we going to see Brandon Thomas hold his position, or is he going to sink? Dustin Lee, we've called in so many troubles with him tonight, spinning out and stuff, and now here he is up on the front row.
You know, I think that whole front row is kind of going to be a problem a little bit. But,
well, you know, Thomas Lee, real strong. He's running right there in 4th too. Mark Robertson down in third there. We've seen him be aggressive tonight too. Pace car's getting ready to pull off. It's off, and here we go, folks. Green flag. And it looks like the 7 is slow to get going here. Dustin Lee is looking for the lead on the outside. But the inside lane prevails.
yeah, Robertson gave Lee a good push coming in that turn.
And that helps, and he's on the bottom, and that's our leader, Brandon Thomas, and that TaxSlayer.com Chevy. It's tax season, folks. Mark Robertson looking down the inside. We're almost 3 wide for the lead. Dustin Lee on the outside.
We have one hard in the wall on the backstretch.
We got a wreck on the backstretch, but we're still green for the lead here. If the caution comes out, this race will be over. Brandon Thomas continues to pull away. Impressive. Mark Robertson in second. Dustin Lee way up high is going to be falling back big time.
Travis Townsend just takes it 3 wide right there through that turn, but thinks better.
2 laps to go. I know Travis Townsend's wanting to get up there, but Thomas Lee's right in front of him. But nobody's got anything for Brandon Thomas in that 7 TaxSlayer.com Chevy. Mark Robertson goes high, opening the door for Thomas Lee. Thomas Lee fighting for second. He's on the bottom. He's got the preferred line. We're on the white. And I've been disconnected.
Brandon still has it, but Brandon comes away with the win.
All right, sorry about the technical difficulties there, folks. Brandon H. Thomas brings it home. That TaxSlayer.com Chevy What a move there. Staying out. Let's see if we can get a word with him.
Man, I thought Travis had it.
Brandon Thomas, Mike Ellis up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations. What a win there. Tell me about that last run.
I got to be honest, I was hoping for a quick caution. I didn't think I could hold them off with not stopping there. I think everybody stopped but me, but I guess it worked out in the end.
Boy, you know, I was going to hand you over the Sitting Duck Award for sure because you did not stop. But it ended up being the winning move. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Brandon,
All right. Do you have any shout outs or people you want to thank?
I'd just like to say thanks to RPM Motorsports.
Well, there you go. RPM Motorsports. Congratulations, Brandon. We didn't see you up there in the top 5 too much today. What did it take to get up through there?
I was kind of learning as I go. I was late getting here. Had to take my son to basketball practice. I got 2 laps during qualifying. It's the only laps I had on the setup. I just kind of hung out in the back trying to get the feel of the setup. It was a little pushy loose to me. Just tried to work my way up towards the end.
Well, very good. Congratulations, Brandon. Let's see if we can get a word with our second place runner. Who do we got in second, Matt?
Out of Dustin.
Hey, Tommy Lee, Mike Ellis up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations on your second place finish. Boy, that was a pretty hair-raising finish there, the last 20 or so. Tell me how it went for you.
I mean, just I had to battle the cautions and everything. Setup actually ran a lot better after we got about 20 laps on the tires. It actually wasn't so loose. So I don't think I actually pitted, except for back on like lap 50, or maybe it was before that. And it was running good for me. I was debating, me and my teammate Travis Townsend were debating on if we were going to pit or not. And we decided to pit and got hung behind 2 guys that took 2 tires. And just trying to get past them. I was able to get past Mark on the inside when we took the white flag, and just didn't have enough time to get back to Brandon. I believe if I had another lap, I'd have had him.
Well, it's tough to second guess yourself on those late pit calls, but still a great run for you. You came up through there at the beginning, second place. Congratulations. Do you have any shout outs or thanks you want to give?
Yeah, of course, give a shout out to you guys over at Max Speed, you and Matt and Crash for putting on the broadcast tonight. Had it playing like I do every night. Sounded real good. Big shout out to the Old Fart Sim Racing League, IWCR, and Redline Motorsports.
All right. Well, congratulations, Tommy. Matt,
you.
let's see if we can talk to our third place driver.
Yeah.
So who finished third?
Mark Robinson. Hey, Mark. Good race tonight, buddy. Good watching you. How was the car tonight?
Oh, the car was great, guys. Yeah, lots of fun. Good race.
Competition was pretty good out there. It seemed pretty clean. Had a couple of yellows. Did tires come in later or sooner, or how was your setup for you?
Setup was pretty good for a fixed setup, and I stopped last pit stop and got 2 tires, so I'm sure that helped a little bit. Wish I would have got 4.
Mark, you drove a damn good race, buddy. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
I just want to thank everybody watching and Max Speed. Bunch of good guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you guys too.
Hey, Mark, thanks for joining us for this race. You did a good job. Hope to see you back next week.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, there you have it, folks. Your top 3 for our 3rd race of the season in the Maximum Speed Racing Nationwide Series. Yeah, so let's take a look at our finishing order. Matt, why don't you go ahead and take it?
All right, so winning tonight's race was Brandon Thomas. He drove a heck of a race out there. Thomas Lee came in a close second. Mark Robinson came in third. Travis Townsend, after leading probably the most laps of the night, came in fourth. Dustin Lee came in fifth. Mike Vining came in sixth. Jared Akey came in seventh. Chuck the Papa Scala came in eighth. Ninth was Edward Smith. Kevin O'Brien came in 10th. David Shutt came in 11th. Thomas Brandner came in 12th. Ed Hewitt was 13th. Christopher Perryman was 14th. Robert Craze was 15th. Brian Ray was 16th. And 17th was Tom Corretto. 18th was Stuart Redmond. 19th, my pick to win the race, was Connor Anton. 20 was Teddy Wisniewski. And all there from there did not start the race. Thank you guys for watching Max Speed TV.
Yes, thank you very much for joining us on MaxSpeedTV. Make sure to join us next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, where we run at Loudon, New Hampshire, at the flat 1 mile oval there. 75 laps. That's January 30th, next Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Thanks for joining us at Maximum Speed Racing. We'll see you guys next week.